this is Margaret and welcome to Grammar Buzz YouTube channel Learning Made Easy. Hey, thanks for joining me today. And today we are going to learn about simple present tense or present simple or present indefinite. You can call it by any of these names. It's one and the same thing. In my previous video, we have already discussed about tense. We already know that tense is related to time. Tense is used to show when an action takes place. But first things first. First we need to know the lesson objectives. And the lesson objective today is aiming to help us to know what are simple present tense, know when to use them, and know how to form them. Hey, do you have a daily routine? One that you follow every day maybe? Well, we all have one. And we do our day's work in accordance to that, don't we? Well, today let's find out what our friend Danny has to say about his daily routine. Well, this is Danny and he has a daily routine. He wants to tell us about his daily routine. So let's hear him out. And he says, I wake up early in the morning, brush my teeth, have a glass of milk. Then I walk to the gym. After I return home, I get ready for the office. I drive to the office and work all day. In the evening, I return home, take a bath and spend some time with my family and pet dog Max. So, what are the words that tell us about the daily actions of Danny? They are wake, brush, have, walk, return, get ready, drive, work, return, take, and spend. All these words tell us about the daily actions of Danny. All these words are verb in their base form. Hey, you might ask me that question now. What is base verb, right? Okay, I'll try to answer that question through an example. Okay, let's take into account this picture as our example sentence. And what does our sentence say? It says, we play every day. We play every day. Well, can you tell me which is the verb in this sentence? Yay! You are right, it is play. Play expresses an action, so it's an action verb. Note the verb play in the sentence is in its simplest form. It is in its base form without any extra endings. Now I shall answer the question, what are base verbs? Well, base verbs are verbs without any endings added to them. In this sentence, the verb play is in its base form. That is, it has no s added to it at the end. Now that you already know what are base verbs, it's time for us to know what is simple present tense. So, what is simple present tense? What about it? What is its use? Hey, hold on. That is a ball of questions. I shall answer all these questions one at a time. To begin with, my favorite question. You know it, right? What is simple present tense? Well, simple present tense is simply a verb tense. You already know that tense tells us about time. So simple present tense is simply a verb tense. And it tells us about actions that take place in the present time. So simple present tense tells us about actions that take place in the present time. Actions that happen continually in the present, like every day, every week, or every month maybe. So, when do we use simple present tense? Big question. Okay, let's find out. Well, simple present tense is used to show habit. That is, they are used to tell us about habitual action which a person does every day. They are used to tell us about facts. They are used for universal truth. They tell us about some permanent truth that never changes. They are even used to tell us about scheduling events in the near future. Remember, only in the near future and also while giving instructions and directions. So now we know what are base verbs and when do we use simple present tense, what are simple present tense. It's time for us to see them in action. Okay, time for some example. Simple present tense is used to express the idea that an action is repeated or usual, right? The action can be a habit, a hobby, or a daily event. And what do we have here? Well, it's a picture of a train and our sentence says, the train leaves every morning at 8 a.m. The train leaves every morning at 8 a.m. This sentence expresses a habitual action that is repeated often or every day. As already mentioned, simple present tense is used to express an action that is repeated. Note, in this sentence we get the verb leaves from the base verb leave. That is, an S is added to the base verb. Okay, what do we have here? Well, it's a picture of a young girl. So what is our sentence? It says, she always forgets her purse. She always forgets her purse. This sentence expresses a habit or an action that is repeated often by the girl. And as already mentioned, simple present tense is used to express an action that is repeated or is a habit. Here, forgetting is a regular habit of the girl. Hence, we use simple present tense. Note, in this sentence, we get the verb forgets from the base verb forget. And that is, S is added to the base verb forget. Okay. You need to remember something else, that is, simple present tense can also be used to show facts. Yes, simple present tense are used to show facts. It is used to express that a fact was true before, is true now, and will be true in future. Okay, let's give you an example. And it says, cats like milk. Cats like milk. Well, it's the picture of a cat lapping milk, and that's our sentence. Cats like milk. Cats like milk, and that is a fact. Cats love milk, in fact. That is, cats really love milk, and that's a fact which was true before, is true now, and will be true in the future. So it's a fact which never changes. So sentences that express a fact are always in simple present tense. Note the verb in this sentence. It is in the base form without any endings added to it, right? Okay, let's take the example of the fish. And our sentence is, fishes live in water. Fishes live in water. Fishes live in water is a fact. A fact that was true before, is true now, and will be true in the future. Nobody can change the fact that fishes live in water. You have never seen fishes living in the sky, have you? Well, fishes live in water, and that's their place, the water. As already mentioned, sentences that express a fact or truth are always in the simple present tense. Note the word live in this sentence. It is in the base form without any endings added to it. Well, look at the next picture. It's the picture of the rain. I love rain. What about you? Do you love it? And that's our sentence. It rains a lot in monsoon. It rains a lot in monsoon. Well, that is a general truth. It rains in monsoon. That is the season for the rainy showers. The monsoon season, the rainy season. So it's a general truth. It is always a truth. Nothing can change it. So it rains in monsoon. So remember, for general truth, we always use the simple present tense. Well, time for another example. And before that, you need to remember something, and that is, the simple present tense can occasionally be used to talk about scheduled events in the near future. Remember, simple present tense can occasionally be used to talk about scheduled events in the near future. This is mostly done when talking about public transportation. Okay, let's give you an example. And what do we have here? It says, the bus arrives tonight at 9 p.m. The bus arrives tonight at 9 p.m. The bus arrives tonight at 9 p.m. expresses a scheduled event that is about to take place in the near future. Maybe it's going to be 9 in about 10 minutes time. So the scheduled event of the bus arriving is going to take place in a very near future. Hence, we use a simple present tense of the verb. So the verb in the sentence is in its simple present tense. Note, in this sentence we get the verb arrives from the base verb arrive. That is, S is added to the base verb arrive. Well, what about this one? It's the picture of an exam center, and our sentence says, the exam ends in 15 minutes. The exam ends in 15 minutes. It's a scheduled event that is about to finish in the near future, that is within 15 minutes. The verb ends in the sentence is in the simple present tense. Note, in this sentence we get the verb ends from the base verb end. That is, S is added to the base verb end. Okay, let's give you another example. And it's the picture of an open packet of baby food. And that's our sentence. It says, open the packet and pour the contents into hot water. Open the packet and pour the contents into hot water. Well, it is an instruction given. And there are two verbs in this sentence. Can you tell me what are they? Hey, good job. And you are right. That is open and pour. The verb in the sentence are in simple present tense. Note, in this sentence both the verbs are in the base form. That is, without any endings added to them. Okay, it's time for remember. And what do we need to remember? All we need to remember is simple present tense is a verb tense and it tells us about actions taking place in the present. Yes, simple present tense is a verb tense and it tells us about actions taking place in the present. Okay. Hey, you can give a pat to yourself because we are halfway through this video. Good job. We already know what are simple present tense and why do we use them? But. Do you know how to form them? Well, this is the time to find out. Alright. Depending on the person, the simple present tense is formed by using the root form or the base form by adding s or es to the end. Long sentence, is it? Don't worry, it's quite simple to understand. So remember, in the simple present tense, most regular verbs are used in their base forms, except in the third person singular, that is he, she and it, where we need to add s or es to the end of the base verb. Remember, for third person singular pronouns, that is he, she and it, we need to add s or es to the end of the base verbs, right? So time for an example, and it says, she goes to school every morning. She goes to school every morning. Well, that's a sentence that she goes to school every morning. That's like a habit, right? So note, in this sentence, she is a third person singular pronoun. She is neither the speaker nor the person spoken to. She here refers to a girl about whom information is being provided. So she is a third person singular pronoun because she refers to only one girl. And the verb goes in the sentence is in the simple present tense. Note, in this sentence we get the verb goes from the base verb go. That is, es is added to the base verb go. Remember, we add s or es to the base form of the verb when they are used with third person singular pronouns in present tense. Okay, time for verb spellings. Well, the spellings for the verb in third person differs depending on the endings of the verb. In case of most verbs, we add only s to the base form of it. But there are certain exceptions. For verbs that end in o, ch, sh, ss, x or z, we add es in the third person. Remember, if the base verb used with third person he, she, it ends in o, ch, ss, sh, x or z, we add es to it in the present tense. Some examples of such verbs are go, goes, catch, catches, wash, washes, kiss, kisses, fix, fixes, and buzz, buzzes. Note, all these verbs in their base form either end in o, ch, sh, ss, x or z. And so, when they are used with third person pronouns in the present tense, we simply add an es to their base forms. Okay, time for another example. And it's the picture of a heavy goods vehicle. And it carries load. Well, that's our sentence. It carries load. Note, in this sentence, it is a third person singular pronoun. It is neither the speaker nor the person spoken to. It refers to a vehicle about which information is being provided. So, it is third person pronoun in singular number. The verb carries in the sentence is in the simple present tense. However, in this sentence, we get the verb carries from the base verb carry. That is, an IES is added to the base verb carry. Now, let us find out why have we added an IES to the base form of the verb instead of ES or S. Interesting, right? So let's figure it out. And here comes the verb spellings. Well, the spelling for verbs in third person differ depending on the endings of that verb. You know that, right? Not all verbs end in S or ES. There are some verbs which follow a different rule altogether. For verbs that end in a consonant plus Y, we remove the Y and add IES. Remember, for verbs that end in a consonant plus Y, we remove the Y and add IES. You already know that consonants are letters of the alphabet apart from a vowel, that is A, E, I, O, U. So let's see a few examples, and they are carry, carries, try, tries, fly, flies, study, studies, marry, marries, worry, worries. Note, in all these verbs, the verb is in their base form and they end in a consonant plus a Y. So remember, base verbs which end in a consonant and a Y, when used with third person singular pronoun in present tense, has to be changed by adding I plus a ES to them. So, see, these rules are quite similar to the rules that you have learnt while forming your singular and plural nouns, aren't they? And if you're well versed with those rules, then you are really sorted out. Okay, let's try this one. Here's the picture of a man buying groceries. Let's say our sentence is, he buys groceries every week. He buys groceries every week. Now we know that buys is the verb because that's what is expressing the action. It is in the simple present tense. but notice the verb buys has s added to it. We get buys from the base verb buy. So why do we add s to the base form of the word buy instead of es or ies? Getting confused? Hey, there's nothing to worry. Hey, it's time for us to find out the reason as to why we use an S in this case and not an ES or IES. So time for some investigation. Okay, let's quickly find out the reason for this. Remember the verb spellings? For verbs that end in vowel plus Y, we just add S. Remember, verbs that end in a vowel plus Y, we just add S. It's that simple. Let's find out a few more verbs that end in S. When used with third person singular pronoun, they are play, plays, stay, stays, enjoy, enjoys, say, says. Right? I guess you have learned quite a lot about simple present tense and their formation. But hold on, there is something more to this. Are we missing out something? Yes, we are. What about first person singular and plural subject pronouns and second person singular and plural subjects? In the present tense, what about them? Come along, it's time for us to figure out. Let's find out. Well, with I, we, you and they, you know what? They are all plural subject pronouns and we use the base form of verbs in present tense with them, right? With I, we, you, they, which are the plural subject pronouns, we use the base form of verbs in simple present tense. Always remember that with I, we, you, they and all other plural subject pronouns, we use the base form of verb, that is verb without any additions in simple present tense. Time for an example. Well, it's the picture of a bowl of saucy pasta. And well, that's our sentence. It says, I eat pasta, we eat pasta, you eat pasta, they eat pasta. Note in all the four sentences, we have used I, we, you, they as subject pronoun and they are either in the singular or plural form. Note the verb in this sentence. The verb here is eat and it is in its base form or root form without any additions. So as already mentioned, with I, we, you, they and all other plural subject pronouns, we use the base form of verbs, that is verbs without any addition in the simple present tense. Well, how do we form negative sentences using simple present tense? Negative sentences? Yes. Negative sentences are sentences having the word no, never and not. To form negative sentences in simple present tense, we use the helping verb do or does plus a base form of verb. Yes. So, okay, it's time for an example. And our sentence says, I do not play with a doll. I do not play with a doll. And you see, in this sentence, we use the verb do plus a not to make it negative and a base form of verb play. So remember, to make a base form of verb or a negative sentence in simple present tense, what do we need? We need a do or does plus a not and the base form of verb. So remember, with this sentence, we have used the pronoun I, which is a first person singular pronoun. But with pronouns I, we, they and you in singular form, we use do. Remember that? With pronouns I, we, they and you in singular form, we use do plus a not and the base form of verb to form a negative sentence. Well, what about this one? He does not play with a doll. He does not play with a doll. In this sentence, we use the verb does plus a not and a base form of verb play. So remember, with pronouns he, she and it, we use does, a not, and the base form of verb to form negative sentences. Simple, right? Okay, it's practice time. So this is how it works. I will be showing you a sentence and you will have to complete it with the correct form of the verb given. So are you ready to begin? Are you confident? Can you score a full point? All the best, guys, and here we go. And this is our first sentence. It says, John 8 hours every night during the week. And your verb is sleep. Well, what is the form of simple present tense that you're going to use here? What do you think? Have you got it all right? Hey, good job. It is sleeps. John sleeps 8 hours every night during the week. Well done. And here comes the next one for you. It says, we from Switzerland. We from Switzerland. And our verb is come. Our verb is come. So, what is the simple present tense or the correct form of simple present tense that you would use here? And it is come. Yes, we use the base form of come, that is come. We come from Switzerland. Good job. And here comes the next one for you. It says, she her teeth twice a day. She her teeth twice a day. What about this one? What is the form of verb that you would use in simple present tense for this sentence? Have you got it all right? And I think you already have. Well done. It is brushes. She brushes her teeth twice a day. She brushes her teeth twice a day. Well done. Here's the next one, and it says, she always at the Blue Sea Resort. She always at the Blue Sea Resort. Well, what about this one? Your verb is stay. So what is the form of verb in simple present tense that you would use here? What do you think? And you are right, it is stays. She always stays at the Blue Sea Resort. Good job. Okay, our next sentence is, you, the number 6 bus to Bedford. You, the number 6 bus to Bedford. What about this one? What is the verb form that you would use in this sentence? And your verb is take. So, what do you think it is? And you are right. It is take. It is the base form of verb take, that is take. You take the number 6 bus to Bedford. Well done. And here comes your last sentence, and that is Mandy when hungry. Mandy when hungry. And your verb is cry. Your verb is cry. So which is the form of verb in present tense that you would use in this sentence? What do you think? Have you got it all right? And I think you have. Good job. It is cries. Mandy cries when hungry. Well done. Bravo. That was an excellent work. Well, you have done a fantastic job. Hope this video helped you understand what are simple present tense and how we use them and form them. If you have any questions at all, you know what to do. Just pop them in the comment box below and I will get back to you. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. This is Margaret signing off for today. Bye everyone.